The Gann Made Easy indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. Traders can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms from this section, and to learn how the indicator works and operates, they can refer to this page. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file, and by dragging the file onto the chart, we run the indicator. Once the indicator is loaded onto the chart, it starts identifying and displaying trading opportunities on the chart. The Gann Made Easy indicator is a special and practical tool that draws trading opportunities along with buy and sell signals for us. When signals are generated, it also specifies the stop loss and take profit levels. So when entering a trade, we can use these levels to set our stop loss and take profit. Here, a buy signal has been generated for us, and based on our own strategy system, we can decide to enter a trade. For example, in this case, the signal has been generated for this candle, so we enter a buy position. And when the signal is issued, we use this opportunity to enter the trade. Also, after entering the trade, we can set the stop loss, take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3 levels. In another section, like this part, we see that a signal has been generated for us, but the price has not yet reached the entry level, so we can place a buy stop here, or, based on our strategy system, register our order and enter the position when the price reaches the entry point. In the Settings section, under the Input tab, there are options available for us. In the first 3 inputs, we can adjust the standard settings of the Zigzag indicator, which by default have their values set here. The most important input in this section is the Zigzag Depth input, which allows us to specify longer-term or shorter-term pivot periods. The higher the value, the pivots identified are longer-term and major. The lower the value, the pivots identified are minor and shorter-term. In the next input, we can specify the maximum number of candles that the indicator will analyze. In the following input, the timeframe section, we can set the indicator's relevant time interval, which by default is set to the current or active time frame, but here we have the ability to adjust it from a 1-minute interval up to monthly. In the next input, we can enable or disable the display of impulse and correction waves here. This section relates to the linear display that the zigzag indicator recognizes as a corrective wave, and if we activate this parameter, it will draw the zigzag wave for us here with a blue line, which we can analyze in this section. In the next section, we can choose the color of the entry level or signal cutoff to our preference, set the color for the take profit level, and finally change the color of the stop loss level here to any color we like. In the next section, there are alert sending options. If the first input is set to false, the rest of the options are not functional. However, if you set this option to true, an alert will be issued when a signal is generated. In the following field, you can enable or disable sending alerts to your mailbox. When enabling this option, make sure you have completed the relevant email settings in the Tools tab under Options. In the next field, you can enable or disable sending alerts as notifications to your mobile. Finally, in the next 2 fields, you can set the time interval between alert messages, which by default is set to 4 or 4 candles. This means the alert remains valid and will be issued for up to 4 candles after the signal is generated. In this last field, you can also specify the subject of the alert or the custom message here. Well friends, we've reached the end of the tutorial for this indicator. We'd be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.